Alright guys, welcome back. Hey, so we're out here grilling and chilling, swimming in the pool. Unfortunately, as you well know, I live in a place where it's a little bit warm in the summertime. Downside is, that means my pool gets a little warm in the summertime. So, we are gonna build some pool coolers. Sounds pretty cool, right? No, actually it doesn't. It sounds totally nerdy, but hopefully it brings the temperature of the pool down a little bit. Unfortunately for you guys, that means I'm out here in my swimming suit. You're gonna have to deal with my fat belly shaking around in this video a little bit. So, just deal with it. Or skip, or whatever. So, first things first. The eyeball sockets have to come out. And those, on the ones that I have, I will show you. Alright, so this one didn't come out as nice as I had hoped, but we got it out. So, we have pipe thread here, and then this little eyeball socket fits inside, and then this little screw thing, sorry I'm trying to do this one-handed, holds it in. So this just unscrews. I got this one out using needle nose pliers, just pried it against the edge, but as you can see, all those years in the chlorine snapped it right off. So I have two more that are utterly stuck. So first I'm going to try putting a screwdriver on here and tapping it, see if that gets it out. If that's a total fail, I'm going to get a big set of pliers and do like I did to this one and just break the ring and then pop the ring out, and then the eyeball come right out. So first up, let's get the eyeballs out. Alright, so I spared you the nonsense. One came out easy, but somehow I managed to lose it. And then 3 came out the hard way. So I ended up having to break the rings on all 3 of these, and I buggered up all the eyeballs. So I guess I'm getting new ones. But now let me show you what we got. The holes in the side of the pool are 1.5" M as in Mary IPT, male international pipe thread. So I got 1.5", then I got an adapter, I couple it down to 3/4, then I've got a coupler. This is one of those screw kind, because I got to be able to clock this the right way. Then I've got to link the pipe with a cap on it. We're going to drill a bunch of holes along the line, and then this will create a curtain of water through evaporation. Should cool the pool down. So there you go. Shortcut, that's what we're building. Long cut, follow along. Okay, I'm going to try and do this at view so you guys don't have to see too much. So I've got these. 1, 2, 3. We'll glue these together first. Alright. My OG mentor, Larry Love, always told me you put the glue on the female side, right? Lube up the hole before you stick your pipe in. So, put the glue, put it together, quarter turn, and she's locked in. Just like that. I'm gonna do it again just in case that was off camera. Put the glue, put it together, quarter turn, Bob's your uncle. Alright, so next up, we got our couplers. So, this side with the nut is going to go on the pipe. This side with the O-ring is going to go to the wall. So we'll line them up. Now the question is, how long do we cut this piece of pipe so that these are as close together as possible? Well, I could stick my tape measure in there, but it doesn't fit. I could try it with a piece of pipe, but then it'll get stuck. So, take my pencil. This one's got a nice sharp eraser. Stick it in there. Mark it with my finger. And then measure it off. It says 1 inch. Now we'll check this side. Mark it with my finger. It says 1 inch. Now, 1 inch plus 1 inch, that should be 2 inches. I'm gonna just double check. Look at that, 2 inches, bang on. Okay, so we'll cut 2 inches. 1, 2, 3. 3 pieces, 2 inches long. So now we'll primer these up. Get them ready to go. So now we gotta do the same thing here. I got 3 elbows. We already know the one side's an inch, and this side's like 7/8 maybe. You know, and even with these plugged all the way together and glued tight, we got a solid 1/8 of an inch gap there. So I think I'm going to shorten that one up by 1/8. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue it into this side, put the ring on there, push this into here because it gives me a better handhold. There we go. Now for this vertical stanchion, I actually screwed one of these into the wall and measured up from where it was at so that I knew how tall I wanted to make these, and it's just a random number, but I went with 36 inches because it's a nice round-ish number. So now we got to make the verticals. If we're going to make a curtain, we want to drill a series of holes, perfectly aligned and perfectly spaced. So I think what I want to do is space them out 1 inch. So this, cut a hunk off. And we want this to fit over the pipe. I'm going to split the one side. I'm going to heat this up since I got the grill going. I'm going to heat this up over the grill and open it up a bit. So we'll do that, and then I'll show you how I mark these. Alright, so heat it up on the grill. Put this on here. And then as it cools down, it'll stay expanded. That'll be a nice little guide. Wait, that's the one I did for the stairs. So the other ones, I need 2 90s and 2 45s. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark the end of the tube right here. Right? 90 like that. Okay? So just like that. Now to mark the length of it, let me show you this cool trick. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to line up my pencil mark. I've got a corner here, pretty straight. Just like that, I'll mark the length of it. And that'll give me 2 reasonably straight lines to go off of. Now I got to figure out where each one of these goes. We already got the one by the stairs. We'll do the one by the step next, which is the other 45. Okay, let's go see how it works. Go turn the speed up and see what we get. It's not too bad. As we increase the resistance by adding ones on the other ones, this pressure should go up and we'll get longer streams. I'm not unhappy with it. Alright, so it ain't perfect. This one is spraying clear out of the pool, and I don't need it to be cool on the concrete right there. Nobody uses that little spot anyway. But this is not working. I think I'm going to have to remake that one. My angles are a little off, but I estimated. That one over there is working really good. This is only 3 power. At 4 power, this one's spraying clear out of the pool over here. Here's this one. Looks pretty good. Our angles are okay. At 4 power, this totally soaks the concrete over there, so there's that. And then there's this one, which if it was clocked just a little bit, so that spray was hitting about where the chlorine floater is, then this spray would be hitting right over here, and I think that might be all right. Overall, we're gonna have a lot of, call it evaporative cooling. I think what I'm gonna do is go through and make the holes one size bigger and then try it again. A little bit bigger holes will be a bigger stream, lower pressure, so they shouldn't spray as far. Be a little bit bigger diameter, but it'll still get the same effect. Or I could come in here and cut a smiley face in the top of every one of these, just like that one, and have it spray a fountain out the top. Not sure which. I think I'm going to start with bigger holes, and then if I still need the fountain, I'll go with the fountain. Alright, phase 1 complete. Alright guys, so we got a little bit of a storm rolling in. I don't know if you can see it, but you will see it. So I got to get a couple of these verticals sorted out. So let me show you. So Bernoulli's equation tells me that the pressure times the area equal, let's see, what is it? PVA, right? Pressure, velocity, area. So it's going to be the same as the 1.5-inch pipe at that pressure, at that speed, up this 3/4 pipe. Each one of these holes is going to have the same, but because we also have head pressure from the height of it, obviously we're going to shoot out farther at the bottom and less far at the top. Cool trick. But that also means if I want these top ones to spray less far and stay in the pool, that I can make the holes bigger and they'll spray less distance, lower velocity, because it's a bigger area. Problem is, when I did this one over here by the stairs, what I ended up with was this sprayed basically right at the umbrella, and then the other one sprays nicely into out of the pool. So I gotta fix this one. I'm gonna make different angles. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a new piece of pipe. I'm gonna cut this off, put the coupler on there, then I'm gonna put it in the water, figure out where I need it to spray, then I'll mark the piece of pipe, drill the piece of pipe, and then we'll glue it all back together. So get that crap out of the pool. That's the plan. And then once I get that in, we're gonna hook up the vacuum and vacuum all these nasty steps off. That's kind of gross, but with all the dust storms that have been rolling in, it's pretty normal. Guys, so clearly that one's spraying much better angles. I like it. Should have done it that way from the start. Okay, here we go. To steal a phrase, pégale con el turbo. Okay, here we go. Okay, obviously the wind is blowing, but this one only reaches this far. All the water staying in the pool, and this is at full blast, full speed, full bleed. Yeah, full bleed. This one, ooh, I can feel the mist. Looking good. Everything stays in the pool. Está bueno. This one, looking good, staying in the pool, good angles. This one, staying in the pool, good angles. All right guys, so now we gotta pull these back out. I'll show you the little thing that I said we could do different, and then we got to get these painted and we'll get them back installed semi-permanent. But in the meantime, I'm going to vac out the pool and it's going to be wonderful. All right guys, the storm's getting a little crazy, so we're going to call it a day. We'll paint these tomorrow. But here's what I was going to say. If we were to take this 90 and glue it right here and then put this coupler straight up from the 90, so it's this threaded right to a 90, and then you have the coupler on the vertical piece of the pipe still underwater. One, you could suck this much closer to the wall, and two, having this coupler here would allow you to clock your spray so you could face it whatever direction you want. So if I was to do it over, I would probably do that. I'd put the 90 right here, do, instead of 2 rows of holes, I would do 1 row of holes, and then put the coupler on the vertical part so that we could clock it whatever way works the best. The other thing, this is a bad example. Let me get a different one. Okay, so here's the other one. So you can see I've got these 332 holes, and then I step up, and then I step up, right? So the other thing I would do differently is I would start with all 332s, and then I would go around to each position with the pump, maybe pump running, and drill them out. Top ones first, watch the pressure drop. Next ones first, drop, watch the pressure drop, and continue, and then slowly upsize these. I mean, we could go through and math it out and make sure that the pressure was all the same and the velocity coming out, and depending on where it was on the pool, you get the velocity so that it comes down exactly right. Who wants to do all that math? I could go around and hit these real quick with the drill in half the time it would take somebody to math it out and figure out exactly what size to drill each one of these holes to get an even curtain so that it comes out nice and beautiful. And as you can see, I only stepped 2 sizes. Honestly, you could step a whole variety of sizes if you really wanted to be fancy about it, but I think this works good. So those are the 2 changes I would make. The other thing, you're gonna have to put these back eventually. So I have some stamps, 1/4 inch high letters. This one didn't come out so good, you can tell that, number 3, but I know which one's number 3 for sure. So definitely stamp these and remember which order they go in, because these are unique to the position in the pool. If we had a single row and we had the coupler on here, it wouldn't matter. You could put the 1.5 inches anywhere in the pool. You could put this anywhere you want. You'd have one curtain, you clock it where you want it, good to go. So those are the things. All right guys, so we'll paint tomorrow. Maybe I'll get a shot of these in the pool, maybe I won't, we'll see. In the meantime, stay tuned. Let's get to work, people.